Oh, that's awesome. All right, so last day of rough electrical. James and Matt are here. They're gonna finish getting all of the wires in the exterior walls so that when Eric gets here to spray foam on Monday, we've got nothing that's gonna stop him whatsoever. Once Eric's done spray foaming, there may be 2 or 3 little cleanup things that he's gonna do on some of these interior walls, which is totally fine, but the goal is to not delay Eric. So all exterior wall electrical has got to get done. Rough plumbing is already done. We got 6 inches of snow last night, so Petro got called on a ton of service calls for different heat and customers and people freaking out about things not working. So those guys have the part that they need for the upstairs Trane unit. They're gonna be here tomorrow, but just with the one Trane unit in the basement running, we've got this entire house up to 53 degrees, which is right where Eric needs it to be. That means that by end of day tomorrow, we're gonna have extra firepower to really keep this thing warm through the weekend. I'm coming up Sunday afternoon to turn the heat up just that little bit extra, make sure we're super, super warm for Eric's start. And that's it. Rocking and freaking rolling. Oh, I think a Kohler generator has just arrived, and I am super pumped. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so we got the new electric pole in. That's where the old pole is. I didn't want it in the middle of my backyard, so I stacked all the utilities on the edge of my property over by the driveway. I've got my underground propane tank. This stake over here, right there, is gonna be the pad where the Kohler 20 kW generator will go. That's the full home generator that'll run the house if we ever do lose power. And then we've got this beautiful new big electric pole here. So what's gonna happen this week? Thursday, Digger Dave's coming back. He's gonna make a trench from this new pole back to the house, and we're gonna get a power line underground inside conduit that goes into the basement, and that's what's gonna power the house. Once we get the underground work done, then James the electrician, he'll call Central Hudson, which is a power company, and they'll come out one scheduled day, and that's what it takes to swing the line from the last pole, which is there in the woods. You can see it right there. They'll swing it from the old pole to the new pole. Wow. Now that work does take one day, so I won't be without power for more than about 8 hours. And during that 8 hours, obviously I've got that new Kohler N-Cube solar generator. I will plug my refrigerator in the barn. I will be able to power my laptop. I'll be able to charge my phone. So really, I'm not gonna have any disturbance whatsoever, very fortunately. And that's how the process will work. So very excited to get that done. Very excited to remove this old pole and get rid of the crap. So making a lot of great progress. This is gonna be an awesome week. So that is underneath the living room. That's the crawl space. So they got to run the ductwork for the heating and air conditioning. The Trane system arrives this coming Monday. So we're getting all the ductwork done. Oh, it got super cold super fast. But important thing, Trane equipment has arrived. So we'll look at the order breakdown, break it up. Half of it goes in the basement, half of it goes up in the attic. And then we start the install. Oh wow, look at this. Everything's flexed in. Trunk lines. Ernie wants to go back in the crawl space. Yeah. This is awesome. Manifolds in over here, right? Oh yeah. So we talked about manifold. One goes to the Kohler generator, one goes to the Tangle shipping container pool, one comes to the house. Then we've got a manifold inside. That's for all the different interior appliances. So if one appliance needs to be serviced, you don't have to shut the whole house down to service that one appliance. So gas dryer will get a shut off. Tankless hot water will get a shut off. The GE 48-inch cooktop, the cafe cooktop will get a shut off. And the Trane units. So that is our manifold. You can see there's a cap at the end of it, a threaded cap. So that's for expansion. It's also to bleed the line, but bleeding the line just means getting the air out of the line, getting the gas to pressurize, so it'll go to the appliances. But it also gives you the ability to add additional manifold shutoffs. So we hadn't communicated enough. I forgot to inform them about the outdoor kitchen. They thought it was running direct from the outside manifold. I wanted hooked up here. Whoops. I wanted hooked up here because they are appliances. They are considered part of the home. So I want to know that all of my appliances can be shut off in one location. And then those are the big manifold outside is for house pool generator.
Stuff for that.
So a little difficult to tell, but what's happening is they just reconnected the propane line, and then you actually spray the top of the connection with soapy water, turn the propane back on, and if you see the bubbles popping on top, it means you don't have a good connection and you've got a leak somewhere. So it's very tough to tell on camera with low light and all the rest of it that we got going on, but they're just making sure that we're absolutely perfectly sealed before we go fire up a boiler and have propane leaking into the room. I'm sure you can extrapolate what happens in that circumstance. I've been waiting to say this all day. Let there be heat. Thought that would be a little more dramatic than it was.